My mom looked me dead in the face and said, "Your sister's family will always come first. You'll always be second." Dad nodded like it was a weather report, so I smiled, grabbed my keys and said, "Cool, then I'm putting me first." Funny thing is, months later they showed up desperate, assuming my wallet would fix everything. I grew up in a house where love had fine print. My older sister Megan breathed, and my parents acted like it was a miracle. I got straight A's and mom said, "Nice, you're keeping up." Megan got a catered graduation party with a crowd. I got a grocery store cake and immediate family only. She got a car at 16. I got buses build character. I still tried anyway. I brought groceries every week and fixed Dad's computer when it froze. Then one Tuesday in March, mom slid the real ask across the kitchen like a bill. "Megan wants to take the kids to Disney. Can you chip in? You want me to pay for their vacation?" Mom's eyes went sharp. "It's making memories. It's for the kids." Then she added the dagger. "You make good money and you don't have anyone to spend it on." My paycheck wasn't mine. It was family money, apparently. I said, "No, they both work." Mom slammed the fridge. Dad walked in, heard 2 sentences, and picked his team. "Your mother's right," he said. "Megan's family is the priority. You're second. That's just how it is." The grandfather clock ticked in the hallway, steady and smug. My hands shook, but my voice didn't. "Then I'm done auditioning," I said. I left the groceries on the counter and walked out. Mom called after me. I didn't turn around. That night I opened my bank app and got cold. I'd been paying their property taxes, repairs, little emergencies. I'd even been funding secret college accounts for Megan's kids. I closed the accounts, canceled every automatic payment, and moved my money to a new bank. I signed a lease on a nicer place with a river view. The guilt lasted about 2 days. The relief hit immediately. My life got quieter. 5 days later, Megan called like a collection agency. "Mom says you refused Disney." I said, "I refused being the family ATM." She snapped, "You're jealous," and hung up. When the texts got nasty, I blocked everyone. Without their constant drain, my savings exploded. Work got easier and my head got clearer. I got promoted. Turns out, when you stop funding everyone else's life, you can finally build your own. Then October happened. Megan called again, crying so hard I barely understood her. "It's Lily. She collapsed at school. They think it's her heart." I was in my car in gym clothes before she finished the sentence. At the hospital, my whole family sat in one room like a sad portrait. Megan grabbed my arm. "The deductible is 20 grand. Total could be 50. Even my brother-in-law, Mark, finally spoke to me. "We don't have it. We're tapped out." Mom stepped forward, voice sweet as poison. "This is family." I said, "How much do you need right now?" Megan exhaled like she'd won. 50,000. I nodded once. "I'll help, but it's going to be documented." Dad's face hardened. "Documented? She's your niece." I stared at him. "Everything with big money is a business transaction. You taught me that." A week later, we sat at my parents' dining table. Then my attorney set his briefcase down. Next, he slid the loan papers toward Megan. Then Mom gasped, like I'd slapped her. After that, Megan whispered, "Interest? Seriously?" Then I said, 2% below market. Be grateful. Next, Mark stood up and barked, "We're not signing." Then I leaned in and said, "I can reverse the wire. Try me." They signed. Lily's surgery went well, thank God, and I paid the full bill when insurance didn't. The first payment hit my account 30 days later, right on time. At Lily's birthday, she hugged me and whispered, "Thank you for helping me get better." Megan handed me cake and quietly admitted, "I don't even know what you like." I said, "You never asked." It didn't turn into a Hallmark movie overnight. My parents sulked. Megan stayed stiff, but the disrespect stopped because it finally had a consequence. The payments kept coming, and so did the invites. Years later, Megan called, careful and sincere. "We're taking the kids to Italy. Not for money. They want you there." I stood at my window, looking at that river view I used to feel guilty for, and I laughed once under my breath. "Yeah," I told her, "that's what family is supposed to sound like. No rankings, no guilt, just me, invited."